Hey you, editing guy, stop the video. Nobody wants to watch you dig a hole like that, man. It's not exciting. I'm literally falling asleep and I'm the one digging it. Find a way to make this more interesting. Or else, I'm telling you, just do it, alright? Hey, easy there, guy. I think you've been in that hole for too long. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's give this a try. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the future location of our creeper farm. 2 hours of digging well spent. Before we head out of here, we're going to grab up these diamonds, and we're going to jump on up here right quick and grab up these ones we saw over here. And yoink. All right. 6 diamond bonus. All right. Well, for all that digging, guys, we only used up 2 picks. So what do we do now? We go to our wonderful XP farm and we mend them up. Let's see if I have enough time while my tools are getting mended to ask you guys that if you're enjoying the series so far to do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps out the channel and I love to keep it growing. And if you're new, do me a huge favor, subscribe. You can always cancel at any time. So I went AFK to let my dogs Athena and Odin use the bathroom. And look how many levels we got from that. I have been one busy bee, guys. Let's go take a quick little look at what I've done so far before the sun sets, because once again you'll notice that my levels are just a little bit higher than they were there in the last clip. And like I said, I have been busy. Check it out, guys. The windmill is basically done. So my whole plan all along was to add in a secondary one right there. And what do you guys think? I think that the blades look a little funny. I try to make it look like they're a little bit offset, but I think I actually need to move those 3 up 1. You guys, please let me know in the comments what you think I should do, and I will gladly update that. So let me go borrow a bed from one of our villagers in here right quick. Ah, yes, much better. Okay, heading back outside here, we have... Ooh, looking a little rough there, buddy. Not like your other buddies inside. You got the guard duty. But anyways, guys, so there we go. There's the windmill, looking nice and fancy. And we're not gonna look at the back yet, guys. Let's focus on what I've done so far, not what I still need to do. So there we go. I added in a whole bunch of oak leaves and some vines to give it just a little bit more of a kind of overgrown and worn down. This place isn't supposed to look pristine. We got our super rickety house right here, and I actually have plans to keep this as an abandoned house, and I want to use it as a means to get down to my nether portal, guys. I was kind of thinking about, like in Skyrim, you know how some of those houses have like basement trapdoors? I think that would line up just about perfect with how do we get down to our nether portal. So then we'll go through and like board up the windows, maybe put like a banner in front of the window, give it like a really haunted, abandoned look. And I think that'd be a great way to get down into the nether. I think that'd be fantastic. So let's move right on over to the next big project, which I'm sure you guys already know what it is the creeper farm. I didn't want to build it on camera because it is a logical Geek Boy design, and so I just didn't see any benefit to showing you guys how to build it on camera. He has an absolutely amazing tutorial, and of course the link will be in the description for you guys. So there at the end of the last video, we saw me breaking down all those ores. I got them all here in the chest. You guys, guess how many we got? I'm not going to show you till the end of the episode, so please let me know in the comments how many ores you think. Coal, redstone, lapis, and diamonds. Let me know. So it doesn't look like much from the top, but if we go ahead and head down the scaffolding here, which I may have had a minor oops and fallen off of it and died. But yeah, we don't talk about that. So we still need to put the roof on there. And then there is still a lot more digging that I need to do to dig out the proper air pocket around it to add in the group spawning. So there's that, but the farm is built, minus just needing to remove the torches and put in some trapdoors while I have the scaffolding. All of our wonderful cats have found their homes in the minecarts, which will pop up here and take a look at the first one here. Yep, nice and comfortable. They're ready to get to work. Got our item drop-off system. We haven't built up the storage system yet for it. I'm going to wait till after I've dug out this, not the entire perimeter, but I'm just going to dig out an area big enough for the pack spawning to happen. After that, all we have left to do is a whole lot of adventuring to try to light up as many caves as we can find around here. to make sure that we make this as efficient as possible. And also, by the way, guys, so I have a bit of a confession to make. I'm one to kind of jump on a project without fully thinking it through. You know, it's one of my flaws. I have many, but that's one that you'll probably see the most of here. And about halfway to 3/4 of the way through digging this hole, I told you guys that I wanted to build it here in the spawn chunk so it'll always be running. Totally forgetting that I need to be within a certain radius of it in order for all the creepers to spawn. So, yeah. Anyways, it'll be good for when I start building up all of the next project that I have around here. I have a couple ideas brewing that I'm not going to reveal to you guys. This will be something that's going to happen in the near future for sure. But while we're there building that, this thing will be running, as well as putting up our sugarcane farm, which I'm not quite entirely sure where I'll put it, but it's definitely going to be somewhere in here. So here we are at my gold/XP farm, and I just want to give you guys a quick little look into how I've been doing so far with collecting items. So on the gold nugget front, it doesn't look like there's been a lot in here, but that's because I have been crafting it up into gold blocks and throwing them to our little piglin in there to barter. And check out all of that stuff, guys. I actually came here because I wanted to grab some string so that way I can block off a little bit more of the vines. So we're just gonna yoink those out of here right quick. But yeah, how about that, guys? We shouldn't need to worry about burning to death anymore, provided I remember to bring these into the nether. As well as some soul speed enchantments, some obsidian. Like, this is such an OP farm, guys. I love this farm. Good job, Ray Works, on this farm. This thing is amazing. Keep up the amazing work, dude. I love it. So as we come walking back into our wonderful village here and drop off the string, I'd like to bring on the next thing that we're going to be tackling in this episode, which is a storage room. Because unfortunately, guys, as much as I loved the idea of having this little outshed being a storage area, it's filling up as quickly as I can put chests in here. So we're going to tackle that today, as well as there's something else that's going to help us out in the storage front. If we can just grab up a couple of these, make one of those, grab ourselves some obsidian and an ender chest. That's right, guys. We just got ourselves 27 more open inventory spots. I think that's a nice, easy, quick win for us. So we are going to move right along here and get started on the storage room, which I'm going to try to build some of it on camera, and there's going to be parts that we're going to do cuts on. I want to try to mix things up between just straight time lapses and building on camera. I still have yet to work on my narration. It's something that I am lacking on as far as the ability to build and talk, because I would consider myself to be a bit more of an introvert. So it's hard for me to just straight up converse with myself. So right here is where we're going to build the storage room. And let me grab up some blocks, do a little bit of research on what I want to build, and then we'll get started. So I think that the first thing that we're going to do is actually swap out the floors and put in the chests first. Since I don't really have an actual outside design planned out yet, and I haven't really found any sort of huge inspiration for what I want to, I just kind of have the palette that we're using on the rest of this village here. I'm just going to put in the floors, put it in the chest, and just get the bare bones essentials started, and then we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and throw the entranceway right here, and we'll make it a 3 wide entrance. That might be a little too wide. Let's go with 2. There we go. Since we're building this all on a diagonal, which I haven't really seen many storage rooms built on a diagonal. This will be a first for me personally. Normally I like to build my big blocky items. So that'll give us enough room to come in here and put our chest in like so. We'll have a row like that. And then since we have the kind of tiered structure on this side, I'm actually thinking about kind of reversing that kind of same idea right over here. So to give us a second floor, and that will create even more storage space. So now that we have the base layers of chest in here, I want to really make this look like a warehouse. So we'll actually punch out a back door to give it a really through look without making it line up perfectly. Because I think that we'll put the stairwell up to the second floor right here. So that way, as you come in, you have a lot better of a sight line that really draws the eyes to go up and explore more as compared to, oh look, I can see right through it. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more building done on it, and then I'll bring you guys back in. Alrighty, progress update. I have the base level floors in as well as the roof outline. So I kind of did a little bit more playing around in my creative world and kind of did a little bit of inspiration gathering. I ended up deciding to go with like a monitor barn design. Granted, this thing's not going to be an actual barn, because I think it'd be weird to have one like in the middle of the town. Like, here's the town center, and have a big old barn right there. So we're not going to actually call it a barn. We're just using the inspiration of it for the design. So I actually changed the wall to where the door actually opens on this side. Because like I said, I wanted that sight line to be more correct to draw your eye into it more as compared to being able to see through. So we got that in there, and the roof peaks, so that way those are all marked out. So I'm going to take a little nap here, and then I will get the roof on, and I'll bring you guys back in for that. The roof is on as promised. It looks a little funny right now because I haven't put on the side parts yet, as well as it hasn't had any of the color variation that we do on these other roofs. I only had to rework it like, twice, 3 times. But you know what? It's a process. You can't expect it to be perfect. And the reason why I wanted to bring you guys in right now is for anyone else that's out there that's trying to build and they're really struggling, that it's just not working out for them, to not give up. Like, you look at this right now, it looks like garbage. Let's be honest, guys. It does not look good at all. But it is to an end. I wanted you guys to see the diamond in the rough right now. It's going to look a lot better once I get these side roofs on and I get the color variation to. So don't give up, you guys. Just because it's not quite working out how you thought it was in your mind, you just got to keep working on it. You have that end goal in mind and keep tweaking it until you get it to where you want it to be. So with that, guys, I'm going to get the rest of this roof in here, and then I'll bring you guys in before I do all of the texture variation and such. Okay, the roof is in. Check it out, guys. Added a nice little window in the front. See what I was talking about with getting that little bit of a roof on the side, how it just completes the look. And then you come over here to the side and just a little bit of different color is also what I was going for. Kind of what we did over here. And I didn't want to try to crowd this area too much with all the spruce. So that's why we're putting a tree here to kind of block a little bit of that sight line. So both sides are the same. This is a symmetrical build. Well, I guess not completely because we have the doorway on this side. So one large problem that a lot of people have is trying to find interesting ways to hide lighting, because nobody just wants to see torch spam. So as we can see right here, the only real dark spot is here, which once we put the staircase in there, we'll hide some more lighting. But basically what I have done is I went and hid a whole bunch of glowstone behind these doors. So that way we don't have to worry about the torch spam. The only thing we're going to sacrifice a little bit is I won't be able to put my mini blocks here because it's taking up that space. But I think it's a small sacrifice for making sure that we don't have any creepers come out and surprise us when we're trying to go through all of our inventory. So the next thing will be to put in the second floor with more storage and then the texture variation. So I'm going to get right back to that, guys, and I'll see you in a little bit. You guys ready for the grand reveal? Let's check it out. There it is in all of its glory. All finished up, got our texture variation, got our leaves and vines added in, our light sources. Let's pop in here and take a quick little look. So we got ample storage. This should last me at least for another big dig, which we're actually going to go check out here in a little bit. I have been very busy. So we added in all these oak trap doors, give us a little bit more structure to the stairs. And then up here, nothing too special, just enough room for more chests. Cruising on back down here, we got the outside, this one actually is done all the way around. I know. Big surprise, guys. What, of the 4 buildings, we have 2 of them that are actually all the way done, which I'm working on slowly but surely. Right? Right, guys? Alright, so there's a couple more things I want to do before we have to wrap up this episode, because I'm sorry, guys, this thing, woo! This one was a beast. We're looking at 15 plus hours into this episode, guys. So, unfortunately, I need to get this episode out. So, I actually came in here and did a little bit more work on the interior, as well as I added in more storage, because I actually had to turn this thing off because it was completely backlogged. So, there we go. And then we have one of each of every type of wool color, which you won't actually see because every time they eat, it's gonna clip them. So, moving on from that, we are going to cruise over to the big dig, and then we'll pop back here to finish off the episode, guys. As we come walking up over into our dig, you'll notice that I did, in fact, go ahead and put a roof on there. Really doesn't look like much from this angle, but I went ahead and got it all measured out. And then if we can pop under here, if I can figure out scaffolding. There we go. Oh man, guys, that was a lot of digging. We're not quite down to bedrock all the way around, but we got to over there. We got a whole lot of lava that we need to get rid of. Over there, there, and there. But that will be the entire spawning area. I'm probably going to end up having to dig it all the way to the surface, but that'll be a later date. We're looking at, I think, 4 to 5 hours of digging. I actually used up the durability of 3 picks to dig out this. And if we just pop up over here to my little collection chest, I had to double the amount of storage just to get all of the resources that we dug out of there. So let's pop up over here, and I added in 4 more double chests, and they are filling up, guys. The good news is that we will not be needing stone anytime soon. So that's where we're at on the creeper farm. Let's head back over to the village. So I think that we are overdue for another map update. So I went ahead and got myself 2 maps. Let's see what the first one looks like. Oh yeah, oh man, I'm so happy with how these things are turning out, guys. Oh, this village, oh, it looks amazing. Alright, let's go over here and do the other one. Before that, let's go ahead and increase the size of this map, because that's what I did with the other one. So we'll take the map, piece of paper, increase the size, and let's see where we're at now. Okay, there we go. So I did need to go over here. Resources are a little tight right now, so I'm not trying to use up any maps that I don't have to. So we'll go right off the edge, like so. There we go. That should all we have to do. Then we will increase the size of this one. And I'll explore it, guys, and then we'll take a look at this thing on the wall. So here we have a look at the map from our last update. We can see the windmill in there and a little bit of farming village, as well as the original layout of the village. But if we come and we sweep on over here, oh, what a difference, guys. This thing is really coming along. We got a lot of expanding to do, but I am absolutely loving the shape of this thing so far, guys. Oh man, I am loving building here right now. Oh, I'm just having such a blast. So as promised, guys, we're going to cruise on over to this chest and we'll see what you guys guessed for the ore count. And then we're going to go ahead and end off the episode, guys. Last chance to put your guess in the comments on how many ores we got up from that little mining session that I did off camera. 3, 2, 1. There it is. In all of its glory. I mean, it's a nice little bit, but it'll do the trick. Alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, have a good one. And if you happen to like this video, I know I put a lot of work into it. So hit that like button to let YouTube know that other people need to see this video. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Have a good one, everyone.